Hello, welcome to the latest edition of the Sage Download. I'm here today with Carmen Cicirello. She's a lead advisor for the European Commission. We're going to talk today about the late payment and all the digital tools can actually support the SMEs. Hello, Carmen. Nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you, and thank you for inviting me.
Can you tell a bit more about yourself and how did you come to this topic?
Of course. So originally I started off in Milan as a derivatives trader, and then I moved to London to continue working in the same field. I decided that I wanted to try and join the expert groups of the European Commission to influence decisions and legislations at the European level and to have a positive impact, especially on enterprise, on small enterprises.
We don't always realize how big it is at the European level. How is it for the other country, the late payment and the cash flow, for the companies?
Absolutely. I mean, late payments is a hot topic, and the European Commission has actually established a payments observatory, a European payments observatory, and we know from the data they gather that 1 out of 4 bankruptcies in the European Union are caused by late payments. In general, the trend is not improving.
It's not improving?
No. We're moving from 43 to 47%. This is the share of enterprises that are experiencing late payments. This is negatively impacting especially very small enterprises.
Sage, as an editor, see the technology as a tool to support the SMEs in that matter. Have you seen across Europe some technology that can be leveraged to partially fix or to tackle this challenge?
Certainly. Technology and digital solutions can certainly address late payment behavior, especially when late payments are not caused by genuine financial difficulties, but if there are organizational challenges or just for cash flow management optimization. In general, we see that for example, electronic invoicing is an important tool to change and improve payment behavior.
Yes. Would you mind to take a bit of time to demystify and to explain in simple terms what is invoicing and what is at stake?
So electronic invoicing is the process of creating, sending and receiving invoice data as structured data, meaning that allow systems to automatically process data.
The invoicing is a big topic for us at Sage, in the sense that all European countries will be at some point with a specific calendar, they will move into the e-invoicing. We believe this is for us a step that we can offer to our customers to digitalize, to really get the latest digital functionality and technology. With
your experience at Sage, what are you hearing from your customers about late payments?
It's number one topic, Carmen, I have to admit. Finding a customer is obviously the basic of what we hear from the customers, but getting paid is the number one issue. The more the company is actually small, tiny companies like less than 10 employees, they're struggling. They're really struggling in the sense that getting paid on time for them to pay the salary is the basic urgent needs.
And when you talk to your customers, how do they perceive solutions like invoicing, and what are the key barriers to adoption?
Today, collecting cash is usually extremely manual. And you can imagine this is like giving calls, sending emails, very, very manual. So this task is not only painful, it's actually time-consuming as well, very administrative, if I may say. The second opportunity for us is the error. Many customers are making errors. When they send their invoice to their own customer, they got wrong the address. The VAT number is wrong. The ID of the company is wrong. It's also to some extent, there is, if you think about the adoption of the technology, there is a topic around training. So people don't necessarily know how to do it. This is our challenge and our opportunity. We need to train them how to use our embedded functionality of account receivable automation as an example, for them to understand the benefit, right?
This is very interesting, and actually when we were carrying out a stakeholder consultation, especially amongst SMEs, one of the key findings was that for SMEs the most efficient way to adopt electronic invoicing was by integrating it with the accounting software. With an invoicing solution fully integrated, you can send reminders about payment, notifying customers. This is all indeed to make to your point, saving time.
We want them to gain time, remember administration, we want them to gain time on error, any mistake, and we want them to collect quickly. The quicker they collect, the better it is for them and for the entire economy.
Sometimes it's the reason why payment delay are accepted by suppliers is because they fear of damaging business relationships.
Yes.
But if notifying a customer, it can be made automatically.
Without,
What do you think? How
yes,
could that
yes, of
impact?
course. So glad you mentioned it, because in Sage as an editor, our solutions, all of them are including technology for us to collect quicker without having, let's say, to hurt the commercial relationship with the customer. And that's precious. This is what they want.
What is important is, I think, for small companies to be aware that they can have the same level of efficiencies of
Yes,
large companies
I agree.
at their fingertips. And this is, as you mentioned, it's an awareness problem.
Yes.
It's training, it's awareness. And this is a key advantage that should be communicated, I
Yes.
think. So Arnaud, any last points on late payments?
Well, we discuss and we understand that the late payment is a hot topic for the entrepreneur, all of them, and it's accelerating, getting worse these days. Actually, we see that as an opportunity for Sage, in a sense that we can help the entrepreneur to address the late payment and use the technology to collect the cash quicker and faster, and as well to get to modernize, to get the digitalization in their company. In other words, it's the first step of a journey. What about you, Carmen? What do you think as a conclusion we should on this topic?
I agree with you. Invoicing is a powerful tool for companies to further digitize their business and for the whole supply chain. So I think there is an important role for governments to push for invoicing mandates, making sure though that the implementation is not complex.
Thank you, Carmen, for joining us here in Paris.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thanks, Carmen.